what a night it's going to be for harness racing.
They're off and pacing.
They win the Gold Cup in Chaucer.
Great stretch drive here at the Downs.
first. They go for purse $1,100 on the rail. Any sign of Harry. By Alex Sutherland, Malcolm McCacken, Mr. Campbell McIsaac is in the sulky. Exacta, pick 5. Triacta wagering here in the first. Please disregard that superfacta. Joe, a 3-year-old shadow play owned by J.J. McDonald. Mr. Dad for owner Trenter driver, Mr. Tim Gillis. The Sutherland for Melney, Patricia. Sean McDonald, Mr. Zach Mullins drives, rounding out the field number 6, IC. True Grit, owned and trade by here in the first. The entries having 2 scores, and I'm moving to the gate. Favored showing on the board at $2.30. It's Drink Up Machacho and Mr. Redmond Dukesat. So I went Chacho. 2 starts this year here at the Inverness Raceway. Finished second by 3/4 of a length. The second, he finished second by a neck to Captain Tate and Walter Walker. Drink Up Machacho. Looks like the finest in this field. We'll go with the 2 to win. For second, I went to the 4, Miss Patricia B. And the lady combination of Monica Sutherland in the sulky for Melanie Patricia LeBlanc. 2 starts this year, finished up 3rd in the last start to Captain Tate and Drink Up Machacho. Miss Patricia B here for second. And for third, I went to the 3, Bank of Dad. Owner, trainer, driver, Mr. Tim Gillis. 2, 4, and 3, my selection here in the first as the entries are up for their second and final score. This is the start of the pick 5. It's your last chance at the windows. Last chance to purchase pari-mutuel tickets. Here for the first officials for this afternoon's card of racing. In the paddock, our paddock judge, Miss Karen Hocko. Our starter is Mr. Sean Tobin. In the judges' stand this afternoon, presiding judge is Mr. Danny Dowie. Associate judge and training this afternoon for presiding judge, it's Craig Mills. On video this afternoon, it's Mr. Joe Garrett. Thomas Burke is at photo finish. Photo patrol, Mr. Brock McLean. Shannon McLean is our clerk, of course. And our timer, Mr. Carter McDonald. I'm your track announcer, Gordy McNeil. Entries called up to the gate, here for the first. Entries for the first are in the hands of your starter. As we head to post the favorite, showing on the board at $2.30. It's Drink Up Muchacho. He's at $2.30. This event number 3 on the 2026 Harness Racing season here at the Inverness Raceway. 100 years of celebration since the opening here at the Raceway. The top of the lane here in the first condition field for 1100. Any sign of Harry? Campbell McIsaac, Drink Up Muchacho, and a Redmond Doucette. Bank of Dad, Timmy Gillis. Miss Patricia B. and Monica Sutherland, Finer Things. Zach Mullins, I See True Grit, Travis McLean. Out here on the outside, field of 6. Down off the gate and away, and Drink Up Muchacho heads out for the lead, driving second. That is Bank of Dad third. And at the rail, Miss Patricia B. Up here for on the outside, it's Finer Things. From 5 in at the rail, that's Any Sign of Harry, ducking back, and 6 I See True Grit and Travis McLean. Up toward the opening quarter now, and Drink Up Muchacho. He's up front on the lead. Here's Finer Things and Zach Mullins. In for Long Days out here second on the outside. In third at the rail, it's Bank of Dad. I See True Grit, Any Sign of Harry, and then I See True Grit. 30 and 3 past that opening station. Drink Up Muchacho, a 3-year-old by Shadow Play, is up front setting the fractions here for Redmond Doucette. He's $2.90 on the board. He's up by 2 on the lead. Finer Things out here second on the outside. Bank of Dad in third at the rail. Miss Patricia B is 4. Any Side of Harry 5, and then I See True Grit 1 minute and 3/5. By the half mile up the backside, 3/4 up and coming by 3. Drink Up Muchacho. Second is Bank of Dad. Here is Miss Patricia B to get out on the outside. I See True Grit. He's coming there on the outside too. Past that stable turnover towards the 7/8. 132 and 1/5. Up front by 6. Drink Up Muchacho. Second. That is Miss Patricia B. I See True Grit is third off the top turn and a drive through the lanes. No doubt about the winner. That is Drink Up Muchacho. Second, Miss Patricia B. I See True Grit drives in for third. Drink Up Muchacho, 2 minutes, 4/5. Maiden mark here on the first. On parade from the lower turn, 3-year-old by pacing, gelding by Shadow Play. And a sports rider mare, Twin B Cheeks. This horse was bred by the Windback Farms at Chesapeake City. He's owned and trained by J.J. McDonald. Mr. Redmond Doucette in the sulky. He goes wire to wire, a maiden mark. 2 minutes, 4/5 in the winner's enclosure. Here's 3-year-old Drink Up Muchacho. And the first official and any sign up Harry was 4. Drink Up Muchacho, the Waterbank and Dad was 5. Miss Patricia B second. Finer Things 6. I See True Grit 3. 30 and 3. A minute and 3. 132 and 1. 2 minutes 4/5. Top the program. 415 263 on the bottom. 2 minutes 4/5. It's a maiden mark. 3-year-old Drink Up Muchacho and a Redmond Doucette. 290, 210, and 210. Place the 4. Miss Patricia B, $7, 380. The show, the 6. I See True Grit, $2.40. 246 try, $20.80. $20.80 for that try combination. 2, 4, and 6. Exact combination 2 and 4. It came back $8.10. Up and coming, it's race number 2. It's the first and the early double. Field of 6 and the entries are going as programmed. Over to race number 3, second and the early double. A field of 7, and it's all clear. Races 2 and 3, your early daily double races. They're going as programmed. Don't forget this afternoon it has supers marked at the top of the page. We're not going to have those supers this afternoon. We will have them up and running next week. But on this afternoon's card of racing, we're going to start up a pick 4. A pick 4. And that starts up in race number 4. And it's on races 4, 5, 6, and 7. The new pick 4, it goes here at the Inverness Raceway, starts up in a race number 4. On the Universum media, it's marked we have a good track this afternoon. That is not correct. We do have a fast track here this afternoon. The track is listed as fast here this afternoon. Up and coming here in the second, it's the first end, the early double, and it goes to post at 1:22, 9 minutes on post time for the second. On parade from the lower turn, the entries here in the second condition field. Downwinners 301 last 5. They go for purse $1,150. Field of 6 on the rail, 0. Stress Nora. On a train by Melanie LeBlanc. Miss Monica Sutherland is in the sulky. Post position 2, and Coot Cobbler at 8-year-old by Cougar Hall. By the Autumn Gold Stable, Mr. Ronnie Garland trains. Mr. Zach Mullins is up. Walter Walker tries to go 3 for 3 with the 3-year-old colt, Captain Tate. By James McGinnis. Walter Walker is up. Miss Chili Pepper, owner, trainer, driver, Tim Gillis. Mojo Beach as a Rodney Gillis for Anita Gillis, and the trainer, Mr. D.F.er Beaton. 6 is Filthy Phil, and Filthy Phil is a 4-year-old Shanghai Phil stallion. Lennon McIsaac does the training. Mr. Redmond Doucette is the owner driver. Field of 6 here for the second. It goes to post at 1:22, 6 minutes on post time. First end of the early double. Quinella and Triacta wagering here on the second. First end, the early double. On the way back, second and final score. And we're down to 4 minutes now, 4 to go. Inverness Raceway Centennial Merchandise. First merchandise order is going out tomorrow. That's the Inverness Raceway Centennial Merchandise for hoodies, t-shirts, hats, and more. Purchase online through the Inverness Raceway Facebook page via Nova Trophy. Also, there's an outdoor dance celebration featuring Get Out of My Yard in front of the tote board, July the 10th. Tickets are $20 in advance, $25 at the door. You may purchase the tickets in person at the race office at Ivan's Daughter, Brenda's Corner Store, DF or Beaton's, and Wayne's Variety. Up and coming races here at the Raceway next Sunday afternoon. It's Father's Day at the track. And then on June 28th, the Atlantic Sire Stakes. 3-year-old pacing colts and fillies, they're going to be in town. That's June the 28th at Atlantic Sire Stakes. Three-year-old pacing fillies and colts. We're down to 2 minutes on the board here. 2 minutes on post time here for the third. A special hello going out this afternoon to a good friend of mine. Just got at the hospital. Mr. A.D. McDonald, known by everybody here at the Raceway. He's at the hospital. He's over in the car there on the turn, I believe. Special hello to A.D. He's recuperating. Everybody's thinking about you, my friend. The entries have been called to the gate. My selection here in the second, the first end, the double that was showing on the board. 3, 6, and 2. Captain Tate, he goes 3 for 3. He's the 3-year-old. Captain Crunch Colt. By James McGinnis out of Halifax. Walter Walker does the conditioning. He's in the sulky. He's going for 3 on the season. For second, I went to Filthy Phil. Redmond Doucette, Oltons and Drives. Lennon McIsaac does the training, and Coot Cobbler the Gray. I'll go for third. 3, 6, and 2, my combination. The top of the lane here in the second, first end. The early double, Zero Stress Nora, Monica Sutherland, Coot Cobbler. Zach Mullins, Captain Tate, Walter Walker, Miss Chili Pepper, Timmy Gillis, Mojo Beach. Rodney Gillis on the outside. It's Filthy Phil. Got a Redmond Doucette. Good start. They're all on the wings. Down. Ooh, no for the gate. No way in Zero Stress Nora. In at the rail on the outside. It's Captain Tate to take it over. He wants to set out these fractions. They're heading up the backside toward the opening quarter, and Captain Tate up front down the lead. Here's Zach Mullins out again on the outside. He has Coot Cobbler. He wants to get up front and set those fractions. He's going to be released to the front. Captain Tate in the 2-hole for now. Up here, third, Zero Stress Nora from 4, Miss Chili Pepper. Then Filthy Phil and Mojo Beach, 30 and 3. By that opening panel, here's the 3-year-old Captain Tate. Back out from the 2-hole, up front down the lead now, toward the half mile now at a Walter Walker and Captain Tate. come down in front of the grandstand here for the first time. Coot Cobbler second here is Filthy Phil. On the outside, third up to challenge the leader. Miss Chili Pepper's going to follow him. Zero Stress Dora in the backfield. And as Mojo Beach, a minute and 4/5. Filthy Phil's on the outside. Captain Tate's in at the rail. Coot Cobbler's in behind those. Zero Stress Dora, Miss Chili Pepper. And then Mojo Beach passing 3/4. And Captain Tate back up front by a half a length. It's down to a quarter of a length. They're heading towards that 7/8 turn by the 3/4. 1:31 2/5. Captain Tate is going to try to go 3 for 3. Filthy Phil is on the outside and challenging. Coot Cobbler is coming down the rail. Captain Tate in at the rail's going to hang on. Filthy Phil second. Coot Cobbler up here for third. 3, 6, and 2, your combination here in the second. 2:01. Captain Tate, 3 for 3. That's a new lifetime mark. Our 50/50 on sale here this afternoon. 50/50, Inverness is 50/50. It's the best in the Maritimes. We'll draw upon completion of race number 6. 50/50 on sale here at the Inverness Raceway. Also downstairs, Nostalgia Corner. Tammy McGuinness is on hand. Lots of old photos and memorabilia here in Nostalgia Corner. And Tammy McGuinness, the daughter of John Wayne McGuinness. Coming back a winner here in the second. Here's the 3-year-old Big Busy Colt by Captain Crunch. And the Western Ideal mare, Ginger Trinina. Lee Yvonne Miller at Etobicoke, Indiana. And did the breeding. James McGuinness at a Halifax is the owner. Walter Walker, trainer driver. Captain Tate goes 3 for 3. It's a new lifetime mark here. 2:01. Captain Tate here in the second. And the second official, Zero Stress Nora was 4, Cobbler 3. Captain Tate the winner, Miss Chili Pepper 6. Mojo Beach was 5, and Filthy Phil finished up second. 30 and 3, a minute and 4, 131 and 2, 201. Raceway trip. Top the program. If you're marking, it should read 431, 65, then 2 on the bottom, 201. Captain Tate goes 3 for 3, picks up a new speed badge of 201 for trainer driver Walter Walker. New this afternoon to the Inverness wagering menu that goes in race number 4. Race number 4, it's a pick 4. Pick 4. That's on races 4, 5, 6, and 7. Across the board in the second for the winner, Captain Tate, 240, 210, and 210. The place to 6. Filthy Phil, 210 and 210. Cobbler, $2.10. 3-6 Quinella, $3 even. $3 even. That Chuck Quinella and a Chuck triact combination. It was 3, 6, and 2. It came back $11.90. If you notice on the top of the page here this afternoon, we do have a superfecta marked. We did get that approved. It's not up and running for this afternoon. Hopefully, 99% sure we'll have that superfecta wagering next week on the menu. Up and coming, it's race number 3, second in the early double, exacta, triacta, win, place, and show wagering, field of 7, and the entries are going as programmed. If I could have everybody's attention for a moment, please. Eldon Daniel Doyle, age 71, of Inverness, Nova Scotia, passed into eternal life peacefully, surrounded by his family on May 31st at the Cape Breton Regional Hospital. Eldon lived in Inverness all his life, a dedicated outdoorsman, enjoyed walking about the community. He loved horses and spent many hours around the racetrack. He enjoyed hunting and fishing and taught many of his young nephews these sports. He lived a simple life and was loved by all who knew him. He was known as a gentle and kind soul who never spoke a harsh word to anybody. He was a regular at the local coffee shop with his beloved Joanna and made many friends there. Eldon's passing is a great loss to the family, but undoubtedly be a significant loss to the Inverness community, who will no longer have the pleasure of meeting Eldon as he walked along Main Street. Also, Eldon worked at the Raceway for many years and loved the horses, spending many hours with Donnie Kennedy at the barn on Veterans Memorial Drive. Eldon, along with his brother Edmund, spent many days on the back of the starting gate when the wings were pulled in manually. Rest in peace, Eldon. At a moment's silence, please. Thank you very much. Post time for the third set of 1:42, 8 minutes on post, 8 minutes on post. Here for the third field of 7, condition field for 11.75, and the entries going as programmed. On parade, lower turn entries here in the third. On the rail, it's Dirty Bobby. Andy Stewart shares ownership with the driver, Redmond Doucette, Mr. Lennon McIsaac does the training. Here in post position 2, it's the 3-year-old Big O'K's filly, owned by Donnie McCachran. Walter Walker does the training driving. Up in 3, Mando Fun as Andrew McLean for Aubrey Cameron, Brenda McQueen, Mr. Ron Garland does the training. AB's Future is owned by the G.G. Stone and Max Stable, Bernie McDonald conditions, Rodney Gillis up. Here's Sandy McNeil on the 5, Whistler. He's the owner, trainer, driver, making his first start of the season, the 5-year-old sports rider mare. Laurie Merchandise, owned by Dion Gillis. Ambrose Gillis is up, and around they go to the field. Free Proof, by Route 19 Racing, Mr. Lewis. McDonnell is in the sulky. Outfield of 7 here in the third. Exacta, Triacta, Win Place and Show Wagering. The favorite showing on the board at $2.10. Effie McKay. He's a 3-year-old Big O'K's filly, owned by Donnie McCachran at Upper Marguerite. He bred this 3-year-old filly at the end of last season. Finished off the season, 2 consecutive wins. He goes 3 for 3 this afternoon. The public seems to like him. He's at $2.10, and he's my chalk selection here in race number 3 for second. I went to the 4 AB's Future, 13-year-old, driven to win stallion, owned and bred by the G.G. Stone and Max Stable. He had a Port Hood. Bernie McDonald trains. Rodney Gillis is in the sulky. Came in the last quarter last week. 29 seconds for a mile, 2:02 3/5. Mr. Rodney Gillis is back up in the sulky. And for third, I went to the rail entry. That's Dirty Bobby. He's a 6-year-old by Penn Sway. Paced the last quarter at 29 and 4/5. Last week, making his second start of the season for Redmond Doucette. 2, 4, and 1 is my selection. Here for the third as the entries on the way back. Second and final score down to 3 at the windows. It's your last chance to purchase pari-mutuel tickets. Here for the third. Favorite on the board as we go to post at $2.30. It's 3-year-old Effie May K. And a Walter Walker for Donnie McCachran. At Upper Marguerite, entries in the hands of your starter. Up and coming, race number 4. We start up the pick 4 combination that goes in race number 4. It's on races 4, 5, 6, and 7. Coming to the top of the lane here in the third condition field for 1175. Dirty Bobby, Redmond Doucette, Effie May Clay, Walter Walker, Mando Fun. Andrew McLean, AB's Future, Rodney Gillis, Whistler, Sandy McNeil, Laurie Merchandise, Ambrose Gillis in the backfield. It's Free Proof. And Lewis back to now. Field of 7. It's a good start. Down. Over the gate and away in Dirty Bobby. Heads out for the lead. Second in at the rail. It's Free Proof up here. Third on the outside. Effie May Clay, Laurie Merchandise. On the far outside, he's 3 deep, heading down that backside. Mando Fun went to a break. Heading toward that opening quarter, and Laurie Merchandise looks for the lead. Effie May Clay ducks in the 2-hole up here third. That is Dirty Bobby. Free Proof up in 4 from 5. That is AB's Future. Then Mando Fun in 7 at the rail. The Whistler is 8, 30 and 1. Past the opening station. And the 5-year-old sports rider mare, Laurie Merchandise, he's up front by 3 on the lead for Ambrose Gillis. Second is Effie May Clay. Dirty Bobby is third. AB's Future to the outside, and 4 and 5 at the rail. That is Free Proof Whistler. And then Mando Fun, the half mile. It was up in 59 and 3/5. The judges have indicated an inquiry heading into the first turn. Laurie, her Merchandise up front. Second on the outside, Effie May K. Third the outside, AB's Future. Yeah, 4 and at the rail. That is Dirty Bobby. Then up there on the outside and 5 going 3 deep. That's Whistler. Free Proof and Mando Fun there in the backfield. 131 and 3/5. Past 3/4. Laurie Merchandise has the by ahead. Effie May Clay, he's going for 3 in a row. He's going wide on the turn for Walter Walker. Through the middle, here comes Dirty Bobby. On the outside, down at the mile, Dirty Bobby. Look to get up to win it. The judges have called for a win photo. 202 and 2/5 here in the third. Judges' inquiry on the dash heading into the first turn. Here's the winner here in the third, coming back. 6-year-old Bay Pacing Gelding by Pan Sway. The American Gigolo mare Flu J. His horse was bred by Jessica Hawkins out of Prince Edward Island. Andy Stewart at Inverness. Here's ownership with the driver Redmond Doucette. He's up for his second winner on the program. Lennon McIsaac does the training. It's 202 and 2/5. Here is 6-year-old Dirty Bobby. A reminder, please hold all tickets till official results have been posted. There is an inquiry into the first turn. There is an objection into the first turn. Please hold all tickets till official results have been posted. In regards to the objection, it's been upheld, and the inquiry into the first turn to racing action, number 3 Bando Fun made a break, interfered with the 5 Whistler. Whistler finished in front of him. No placement is necessary. And the second is official. Dirty Bobby is the winner. Effie Mate K is 3. Bando Fun is 7. AB's Future 4. Whistler 5. Lori Merchandise was 2nd. And Free Proof was 6. 30-1, 59-3, 131-3, 202-2. Top the program in review. 137, 452, 6 on the bottom. 202 2/5. Now 6-year-old Dirty Bobby Redmond Doucette, second winner on the program. 1280, 340, and 210. The place Lori Merchandise, no place tickets. $5.30 to show. $2.10 Effie May Clay showing on the board. There were no 162s in the try. There were no 162. We're going to pay off on 1-6 all for the triactic combination. 1-6 all. We'll get that in a moment. $20.60 for the exacta combination. In the exacta, we're paid off 1 all. 1 all. There were no 1-6s. We paid 1 all. And at Quebec, $8.50. The triacta combination, 1, 6, and 2. There were none. So we paid off on 1-6 all. And it came back $624.90. So up and coming, it's race number 4. New to our betting menu here this afternoon. We're starting up at pick 4. At pick 4. That starts up here in race number 4. To win that pick 4, you have to pick the winners of races 4, 5, 6, and 7. Pick 4 wagering here on the 4th. Once again, to the betting public, if you notice at the top of the page, we have the superfecta marked. Superfecta is marked. We're not having that on the betting menu here this afternoon. We do have it approved. It should be up and running for next week's Cardiff Racing. Here in the 4th, it's the start of the pick 4. Quinella, Triacta, Win Place, and Show Wagering. My selection here in the 4th, here in race number 4, my selection is the 7 Eastward Old Fun. Made 2 starts this year. In his first start, he finished the 3rd to Rankinville, Seamus, and cruising again. He was second by 2 lengths out for half of the mile last week. Came the last quarter, 28 3/5. Rodney Gillis was in the sulky. He's back in the sulky here this afternoon. Eastward Old Fun is my selection to win. JG's Jumanji. Danny Gillis does the driving here this afternoon. Arden Mofford was in the sulky last week. He finished 3rd to Sealard and Southfield Sandy. For 3rd, I went to the 8. Fear of the Shadow. Campbell McIsaac for the Irish Road Stable out of Port Hood. Brian McGuinness trains. And for 4th, I went to the 2, Galway Bay. This is the start of the pick 4 over in race number 5. Race number 5 on this afternoon's Cardiff Racing. I went to Southfield Sandy to win it, and the Yacht Sealster for 2nd. Windermere Don't Matter for 3rd. In the 6th, I went to Believe It, See It, looking for 3 to 3. I went for Betty White for 2nd, and I got Sox up for 3rd in the feature. He won a good trip last week, talked some smack. Travis McLean's in town. I went with him to win. What's Up Doc 2nd and Sealard 3rd. Started the pick 4. Here's JG's Jumanji for Danny Gillis. Angus McLean, Ethan McLean does the training. Galway Bay up 2nd. Monica Sutherland, owner, trainer, driver. 3 Wine and Cheddar. Owned and driven Art and Mofford, Warren McKinnon trains. Cruising again as Zach Mullins for Lily Watts in the 5. JG's Fireball. Travis McLean for Gussie McLean and Ethan McLean, the trainer. Up here in post position 6. It's Rankinville Seamus, an 8-year-old vintage master. Owner, trainer, driver, Mr. Sandy McNeil in 7. Here's Eastward Old Fun, owned by the GG Stone and Max Stable. Rodney Gillis, for conditioner Bernie McDonald. Rounding out the field, number 8, Fear the Shadow. He drops down into the $5,000, claiming from the $7,000, owned by the Irish Road Stable. Brian McGinnis does the training. Mr. Campbell McIsaac is in the sulky. This is the start of the pick 4. And we're down to 6 minutes now. 6 to go. Entries on the way back. Second and final score. Favorite on the board. Present time at $4.80. It's JG's Jumanji. Danny Gillis gets the call this afternoon for trainer Ethan McLean and owner Gussie McLean at a hospital, resting comfortably after a double bypass in Halifax last Monday afternoon. Entries up, second and final score. This is the start of the pick 4 here at the Inverness Raceway. Our 50-50 on sale. We're going to drop upon completion of our race number 6 on this afternoon's Cardiff Racing. Downstairs in the parimutuel area, also Nostalgia Corner. And our lady greeter down there is Tammy McGinnis. Tammy McGinnis. She'll show you all the memorabilia over the years here at the Inverness Raceway. We're on our 100-year celebration this year. 100-year celebration this year. The Atlantic Sire Stakes, it's up and going for 60 years. 60 years this year. It started up in 1965. We're down to 2 minutes on post. 2 minutes post time here for the 4th. A field of 8 here in the 4th. Start up of the pick 4 in the hands of your starter, Mr. Sean Tobin. Field of 8 condition field. Also eligible $5,000 claiming they go for purse $1,300. Gigi's Jumanji. Danny Gillis on the rail. Galway Bay and Monica Sutherland. Wine and Cheddar. Arden Mofford cruising again. Zach Mullins. Gigi's Fireball. Travis McLean. Out on the outside it's Rankinville, Seamus, Sandy McNeil in the backfield. Eastward O'Fun and Rodney Gillis. Fear the Shadow. Campbell McIsaac. Field 8, the top of the lane. It's post time for the 4th. Down off of the gate to win, Gigi Jumanji. Heads out for the lead. Wine and Cheddar ducks in the 2-hole. Galway Bay up here 3rd from 4. Into the turn there. That is Fear the Shadow. Heading down the backside toward the opening quarter now. Up front on the lead, JG's Jumanji. Wine and Cheddar is second. Fear the Shadow is up here 3rd from 4. Galway Bay cruising again. Is up in 5 from 6. Eastward O'Fun at a 7. Rankinville Seamus in the backfield. That's JG's Fireball. 31 2/5 past opening station on toward the half mile. Up front down the lead is the 6-year-old hilarious Halo mare, JG's Jumanji, for trainer Ethan McLean. Danny Gillis, the catch driver, he's up front by 2. Here's Galway Bay to drive first up on the outside. Wine and Cheddar enjoys that trip in 3rd at the rail. Up here 4 on the outside, that is cruising again. Fear the Shadows blocked in there. 101 past the half up the backside, and the 3/4 up and coming. JJ's Jumanji. He's up front by 3. Galway Bay is second. Wine and Cheddar 3rd. Fear the Shadow looks for racing room. Up here at 5, it's cruising again. 6 Rankinville Seamus. Heading out 3 deep. Eastward O'Fun 131 3/4. Galway Bay is second on the outside. He's challenging that pace setter, JG's Jumanji. And the lady Monica Sutherland and Galway Bay. Up to what a JG's Jumanji is second. Up here 3rd. It's Wine and Cheddar. Galway Bay, a new lifetime mark. 2 minutes, 3/5 here in the 4th. Coming back a winner here in the fourth. At 3-year-old by Pacey Gilding by Somewhere Fancy at the Betters to Lightmare Frenzy. Debbie Ramsey out of Summerside, Prince Edward Island did the breeding on this 3-year-old gelding. It's owned, trained, and driven by Atlantic Canada's one of those leading drivers, Miss Monica Sutherland. Galway Bay, second win on the season. It's a new lifetime mark, 2 minutes, 3/5. Here is 3-year-old Galway Bay. There's a judge's inquiry up on the board. Judge's inquiry up on the board. They're checking in to make sure all entries received a fair start here in the fourth. Judges checking in to make sure all entries had a fair start here in the fourth. Not officially on the board, 2, 1, 3, and 8. Galway Bay to start off that pick 4. Here in the fourth, race number 4, number 5, had a deep boot down before the start of the race. There'll be a refund on number 5, JG's Fireball. A refund on the 5, JG's Fireball. That's for your Quinella Triac to win place and show wagering in regards to the pick 4. JG's Fireball coming out of scratch there. You get the post-time favorite. And that was number 1, JG's Jumanji. He finished up second. Refund, Quinella Triac to win place and show wagering on the 5, JG's Fireball. In regards to the pick 4, you get the post-time favorite. That was the 1. JG's Jumanji. The 4th is official. JG's Jumanji, 2nd, Galway Bay, the Water Wine and Cheddar 3, cruising again 7. JG's Fireball, Finish date, broken equipment, knee boat. Rankinville, Seamus 5, Eastward O'Fun 6, and Fear of the Shadow 4. 31 and 2, 101, 131, 2 minutes, 3/5. Top the program, 213, 7-8 refund, 5-6, then 4 on the bottom, 2 minutes, 3/5. Second win on the season, a lifetime mark, 2 minutes, 3/5. 3-year-old Galway Bay out of Monica Sutherland. 1640, 280, 250. JG's Jumanji, 210 and 210. Wine and cheddar, $5.60. 1, 2, 2, 1. Quinella combination, $6. Triacta combination, it was 2, 1, and 3. And that triacta combination of 2, 1, and 3 returned triacta backers in a race number 4. $52.70. $52.70 for your triacta. Entries moving down the backside. On towards Post Parade. Here in the 5th, number 3, McLand. Trained by A.D. McDonald. Special hello going out this afternoon to A.D. over there on the paddock turn. Hope you're feeling much, much better, my friend. Equipment change on that 3, McLand. He takes off the Murphy blind on the left-hand side, and he goes to an open bridle and a hood with caps. Proud sponsors of the Inverness Raceway. B.A. Watson Construction Limited. Kyle McQuarrie, MLA for Inverness. Ian Tate, Plumbing and Heating. Ideal Concrete. Kensal Ford, Port Hawkesbury. Morrison Contracting. We're thanking you all for supporting that local business. On parade from the lower turn entries here in the 5th. Stay Pumped is on the rail. Travis McLean in the sulky for Michael Gillis and Ethan McLean. Windermere don't matter. Malcolm McCacken shares ownership with the trainer Alex Sutherland in the sulky. Campbell McIsaac. Here's Arden Mofford. On the 3, McLand, owned by Ella and Daniel McDonald. A.D. McDonald trains. Now 4, in a Southfield Sandy, a 10-year-old Western Paradise gelding. By Route 19 Racing, Lewis McDonnell trains and drives. Up in post 5, Yacht Sealster, an 11-year-old Shadow Play owned by Cole Mullins, Angus McQuarrie, Bill Basker, and James Struthers. Zach Mullins is out. MJ Ray, a 4-year-old Roll with Harry, Andrew McLean for Ryder McLean. Rounding out the field, the 7 Onions to Go, owned by Doug McQuarrie and Ed Benner. Mary McQuarrie trains. Redmond Doucette is up. Field of 7 here in the 5th. Exacta Triacta, Win Place and Show Wagering. Entries on the way back, second and final score. Favorite showing on the board at present time is at $4.10. He's at $4.10. It's number 1, Stay Pumped. Race 2 starts here at the Inverness Raceway. Seemed terrible in those 2 starts. He looks like a different horse out on the raceway here this afternoon. Seems to be grabbing on a bit. Now Stay Pumped, he's at $4.30. And he's the favorite on the board. My selection here in the 4th, I went to the 4, Southfield Sandy. 10-year-old Western Paradise, about Route 19 racing. He had a Judic. Lewis McDonnell does the training driving. 2 starts on the season. The winner here in opening day, 202 and 2/5. And he went up to the lead in his last start. It faded to second. Sealard was the winner. Sealard is in your feature this afternoon. Southfield Sandy still in this class. He's at $12.80. I'll go with him to win it. For second, up in class here this afternoon, I went to the 5, Yacht Sealster, an 11-year-old Shadow Play. 2 starts this season, 4th in his first start. The Southfield Sandy, Old Buck, and Windermere Don't Matter. And then last week, he was a winner for Zach Mullins. He's owned by Cole Mullins, Angus McCrory, Bill Basker, and James Struthers. Zach Mullins does the training and driving. He's at $4.90. And for third, I went to the 2, Windermere Don't Matter. He didn't look so sharp in his last start, but he was relegated back to 7th. He's leaving up front here. He's leaving at a 2. 4, 5, and 2, my selection. Here in the 5th, as the entries are in the hands of your starter. Entries moving on the stable turn here in the 5th. Condition field also eligible, $7,000 claiming Stay Pumped. On the rail, Travis McLean, Windermere Don't Matter, Campbell, McKaiser, McGland. At Art Mofford, Southfield Sandy, Lewis McDonnell, Yacht Sealster, Zach Mullins, MJ Ray. Andrew McLean, the backfield, it's Onion, set to go. Out of Redmond Doucette, field of 7 comes through the lane. They're all on gate, good start. Down off the gate and away, and so field Sandy on the far outside, but in at the rail, Stay Pumped. And Travis McLean from the lead. They're 4 wide heading into that turn on the far outside. Southfield Sandy. Up here, that is McLand. Windermere Don't Matter is in the middle. Onions to Go is watching all of this from 4 in at the rail. Southfield Sandy, Yacht Sealster, and MJ Ray. Stable turn. For the first time, Windermere Don't Matter. Up front, 30 and 1. McLand out here on the outside for Arden Mofford. In third, it's Stay Pumped. In a 4 Onions to Go. Southfield Sandy. Yacht Sealster is on the move in the backfield. It's MJ Ray. On toward the half mile. McLand is up front. Stay Pumped. First up driving here on the outside for Travis McLean. Windermere Don't Matter. He's getting a good trip in third at the rail. 4 on the outside. It's Onions to Go. Southfield Sandy, MJ Ray. At a Yacht Sealster, 59 and 3/5. That past the half mile. 3/4 up and coming. McLand for Arden Mofford. Stay Pumped. And Travis McLean. He's up here second on the outside. Third, Windermere Don't Matter. Southfield Sandy is coming. 129 and 4/5, 3/4. Stay Pumped. On the outside, McLand at the rail, then Southfield Sandy, and Windermere Don't Matter. Stay Pumped, and Travis McLean. As I indicated, looked like a different horse here this afternoon. He's up to win it. For second, McLean. Third, that is Southfield Sandy. In for four at Yacht Sealster. Stay Pumped and Travis McLean. 159 and 1/5 here in the fifth. Still got time to get those 50-50s. Still got time to get those 50-50s. We're going to draw after race number 6. Race number 6. Coming back a winner here in the fifth, 5-year-old big pacing mare by Stay Hungry. From the artificial mare, Pump My Ride. Howard Alexander out of Pennsylvania did the breeding on this 5-year-old mare. He's owned by Michael Gillis. Out of Windsor, Ontario, trained by Ethan McLean, Travis McLean. In the sulky, race much better here this afternoon than the betting public had him as the favorite at $5. He's in the winner's enclosure. 159 and 1/5 here. Stay Pumped and Travis McLean. Fifth official, Stay Pumped. The winner, Windermere Banner 6. McLand was second. Southfield Sandy third. Yacht Sealster 4. MJ Ray was 7. Onions to Go was 5. 30 and 1, 59 and 3, 129 and 4, 159 and 1. Top the program, it should read 162, 347, and a 5 on the bottom. 159 and 1/5. Stay Pumped and Travis McLean. Up and coming race number 6. Equipment change on the 7, Betty White. Takes off the hood with cups. He goes to a closed bridle on Betty White. Leaving in behind, Believe It, See It. He'll be following him all day. Here in the 6th, it's the first end of the late double. Over in race number 7, it's our feature. Winner's over for 2,000. The entries going as programmed. Across the board for the winner, stay pumped, $5 to win, $22.70 to place, $5.20 to show. The 3 McLean, $5, $2.70, $2.10 for the show entry. So it's field Sunday, 1, 3, and 4 try, $82.30, $82.30. Exacta 1 and 3, $15.50, $15.50. Up and coming here in race number 6, first in the late double by selection. Believe It, See It, going for 3 for 3. He's a $9,000 claimer, a 5-year-old by Down by the Seaside. A recent purchase of It Must Be New, somewhere stable at Little Judic. The effort beaten trains Rodney Gillis is in the sulky. He had the choice of 2, Believe It, See It, or I Got Socks. He picked Believe It, See It. I pick him to win for second. I'm going to go to the back tier in number 7, Betty White, 5-year-old Arthur Blue Chip mare owned by Darlene McClellan and Brock McClellan, working out of Alberta. And Zach Mullins, who does the training driving. Betty White, a very consistent racehorse. 2 starts this year, 2 seconds on the program. And up for third, I went to the 2, I Got Socks. Travis McLean for Anita McLean and DF beaten. My selection here in the 6, it's 1, 7, 2. Our next card of racing here at the Inverness Raceway goes post next Sunday afternoon. Father's Day here at the Raceway. Father's Day here at the Raceway. On the 28th, the Atlantic Sire Stakes. 3-year-old pacing colts and fillies. They'll be in town. That's on June the 28th, 2 weeks from today. Atlantic Sires takes 3-year-old pacing colts and fillies. Atlantic Sire Stakes is celebrating 60 years in operation. It's our centennial year here at the Inverness Raceway. Lots of activities going on throughout the year. It should be a great gathering week here at the Inverness Raceway, as it was the last number of years. Good crowds and good racing here gathering week at the Inverness Raceway. Post time for the 6th at 2:49, 7 minutes, showing on the board. Entries are leaving the paddock area on towards Post Parade. Here for the 7th, favorite showing on the board at present time at $2.50. Believe it, see it. And a Rodney Gillis, he goes for 3 for 3 here this afternoon. Nice post leaving on the rail. My selection 1, 7, and 2 here on the 6th. It's your last call for the 50-50. Winning driver here in the 6th to draw out that 50-50. On parade from the lower turn, the entries here in the 6th, first and the late double. Quinella, Triac to win place and show wagering. Condition field, $9,000 claiming $1,700. Believe it, see it on the rail. Oh my, it must be noon somewhere stable. The effort beaten trains Rodney Gillis up. I got socks. As Travis McLean for Anita Gillis and the effort beaten. Here to post position 3. Kraken Sealster. 6-year-old Lazarus Gelding, owned by Carl Campbell. Warren McKinnon trains Arden Mofford up. 4 East Coast Invader, owned by Todd and Monica Sutherland. Monica is up. 5 La Playa Deo, Andrew McLean for Madison Poirier. Up in post position 6, it's the 8-year-old Better Than Cheddar Gelding, owned by the estate of Roderick Smith. Mary McQuarrie trains Redmond Doucette, is in the sulky. And here's Betty White at a post 7, 5-year-old. Roan Bear by Arthur Blue Chip, owned by Darlene McClellan, Brock McClellan. Mr. Zach Mullins is in the sulky. Favorite at $2.50. Believe it, see it. Long shot on the board. No tickets sold on the 5 La Playa Deo. Our 50-50, it's at $1,332. $1,332. The last call for the 50-50. The 6 is in the paddock with equipment repair. And as soon as he returns, Hippie John will be going to the gate. Hippie John has returned. The entries are going to the gate. The $9,000 claimer, Believe It, See It, goes for 3 for 3 on the season. He's the public's choice on the board at $3. The 6 Hippie John, he's at $8 even. He's at $8 even. La Playa Deo is the longest one on the board. He's at $99.99. And the entries for the 6th are in the hands of your starter. Entries moving on the stable turn here in the 6th condition field. Downwaters 12 last 5 also eligible. $9,000 claiming they go for purse. 1,700 Believe It, See It on the rail, and Rodney Gillis, I Got Socks. Travis McLean, Kraken Sealster. Erden Wofford, East Coast Invader. Monica Sutherland, La Playa Deo. Andrew McLean, Hippie John, Redmond Doucette in the backfield, Betty White. Zach Mullins, Fearless Savant. Down off the gate and away, and Believe It, See It. Edzo looking for the lead, Kraken Sealster. Into that turn. Into the turn, and Believe It, See It. Comes across, takes out this field. There's a loose horse on the Raceway. No contest here in race number 6. Pull them up, gentlemen. We've had a loose horse, a Kraken Sealster here on the turn. Erden Wofford is up, leaning on the fence there in the first turn. Seems to be all right. Loose horse here on the Raceway. A Kraken Sealster. Loose on the Raceway here. Race number 6 declared a no contest. Race number 6 declared no contest. Everybody off the track here, please. We're going to try to stop this entry with the starting gate. Everybody off the raceway. Stay off the raceway, please. We have a loose horse here on the raceway. Kraken Sealster did tire out there and grabbed him up at the top turn. Race number 6 declared a no contest. Race number 6 declared a no contest. here in race number 6. Race number 6. Parimutuel refund here in race number 6 in regard to the pick 4 combination. Pick 4 combination. It started off in race number 4, Galway Bay. The 2 was the winner. Stay Pumped, the winner in race number 5. In race number 6, it's declared a no contest. We're going to go all for the pick 4 combination. So it'll be 2, 1, all. And the winner in race number 7. As soon as we get things sorted out here with Kraken Sealster, Arden Wofford is up and walking, heading to the paddock area. Some bumps and bruises there for Arden. He'll be a little bit sore tomorrow, but he seems to be okay. Thankfully, just a short delay, and then we'll have post parade for race number 7. Our winner's over here on this afternoon's Cardiff Racing. The 50-50 draw, that'll be done downstairs in the Parimutuel area. The 50-50 draw will be done downstairs in the Parimutuel area, and we'll have the winner for you there momentarily. Our 50-50 before race number 6, it was at 13:32. We're going to drop, and we'll have the winner for you momentarily. Our next card of racing here at the Inverness Raceway goes to post next Sunday afternoon. It's Father's Day here at the Raceway. Bring your dad out to the races. On June the 28th here at the Raceway, Atlantic Sire Stakes 3-year-old pacing colts and fillies. They'll be in town. That'll be a good card of racing. Just a short delay and we'll have post parade here for the 7th. Up and coming in our feature, race number 7, a field of 6, number 4, Jim's Big Thrill. A driver change, Mr. Walter Walker subs in for Arden Mofford. Walter Walker does the driving. Judges have ruled that Arden Mofford and Walter Walker are compatible. Race number 6 heading into the first turn. Believe It, See It made a break, came across the track. Unseated driver Arden Mofford in the first turn. The judges ruled no contest in the 6th. There's our ladies for the 50-50. We're going to make the draw. Mr. Peter McKinnon looks like he'll be doing the draw here this afternoon for our 50-50. We'll have the winner momentarily. Race number 7, number 4, Jim's Big Thrill. Andrew McLean is the driver. Andrew McLean is the driver on number 4, Jim's Big Thrill. And the judges have ruled that Andrew McLean and Arden Mofford are compatible drivers. "50-50" will have the winner momentarily. Thank you very much, Peter. And the winner of the 50-50, Joe McFarlane, Annie Ganesh. Joe McFarlane, Annie Ganesh, $1,370. Congratulations. And that Inverness 50-50, it's the best in the Maritimes. We thank you for your patience. Now the entries for the 7th. The moving down the backside on towards Post Parade. Winner's over here for 2000. Andrew McLean is going to drive forward Jim's Big Thrill. He subs in for Erden Mofford. Judges have ruled that Andrew McLean and Erden Mofford are compatible drivers. Winner of that 50-50, Joe McFarland. Anna Ganesh, she's here this afternoon to take in the races and take home the grand prize, $1,370. Congratulations, Joe. And on parade from the lower turn there, the entries here in the 7th. Winner's over. $1,200 last 5. They go for purse. $2,000 exacta. Track to win place and show wagering. Doug Lathers and Zach Mullins. The trainer and the driver. He's in the sulky. The one is Sealard. To What's Up, Doc? Own bred and trained John McClellan, Redmond Doucette between the wheels. Windermere Best Man is back racing here at the Raceway. Beverly Mackay, 6 years ownership with the trainer driver Danny Gillis. 4 Jim's Big Thrill, Andrew McLean for Jane and Jimmy Lewis. Warren McKinnon trains. The 5 Talk Some Smack. On the train, Kevin McDonald, Travis McLean up in the 6 Sure Gain. Rodney Gillis, 4 DF beaten. Field of 6 here in. The winner's over for $2,000. Going to post in approximately 3 minutes. My selection here in the 7th. I went with the 5, Talk Some Smack. Made his first start last week, and he looked real good. Talk Some Smack. Keegan Madden did the driving. He paced the mile in 58 4/5 come that last quarter in 28 1/5 as he did in the qualifier with Keegan in the sulky. He's not here this afternoon. Travis McLean is doing the driving. Talk Some Smack, an 8-time winner last season here at the Raceway. One of the top contenders in the winner's over. Now for second, I went to the 2 What's Up, Doc. His own tread and also bred by John McClellan at a Mabu. Mr. Redmond Doucette drives this 7-year-old by Hilarious Halo. 2 starts, 2/3 here in the 2026 harness racing season. And for third, he's up in class here this afternoon, but I went to the rail horse. Sealard, he's a 10-year-old by Custard the Dragon. 2 starts this season, paced a mile 59 3/5 last week here at the Raceway, beating Saltfield Sandy and JG's Jamandi. He meets tougher company here this afternoon, but Sealard I'll pick in for 3. 5, 2, and 1. My selection here in the 7th. It's your last chance at the windows. Last chance at the windows. Upon completion of the 7th winners over here at the Downs, we're going with one qualifying race. PA Ava scoring on the rail. Rodney Gillis drives for Bernie McDonald. Damn Lucky at a post 2 for trainer driver Ambrose Gillis, an old buck at a post 3. And I would say this is for a driver qualifier, Alan Frazier. Alan Frazier is the trainer and the driver of Old Buck. PA Ava, Damn Lucky, and Old Buck. They'll be qualifying upon completion of the winners over here at the Raceway. The favorite on the board at present time is at $3.80 on the rail. The 10-year-old Sealard in a rein to Zach Mullins. He's the favorite at $3.80. At $6, the 5 Talk Some Smack and 2-horse. What's Up Doc is at $7.80. My selection here in the 7th, I went 5-2-1. The entries for the 7th winners over in the hands of your starter. The entries moving on the stable turn. Here in the winners over. At $1,200. Last 5 starts, they go for purse. $2,000. Winner of the 50-50. Joe McFarland, $1,370. Sealard on the rail, Zach Mullins, What's Up Doc, and the Redmond Dukes hat. Windermere Bass Man, Danny Gillis, Jim's Big Thrill. Andrew McLean, Talk Some Smack, Travis McLean, and Sure Gain. And a Rodney Gillis. Field of 6, your winners over for $2,000 down. Off of the gate and away, and Sealard comes up front for second. That is What's Up Doc in third. Windermere Bass Man from 4. That is Jim's Big Thrill, Talk Some Smack. And then Sure Gain. Program order up toward the opening quarter. Sealard, the 10-year-old by Custard, the Dragon. Up front, setting the fractions for Zach Mullins. What's Up Doc? Right there, tight on the helmet second. A gap of 3 to Windermere Best Man. Then Jim's Big Thrill. Talk Some Smack and Sure Gain 30-2. At the opening station on toward the half-mile activity in the backfield. Talk Some Smack gets up on the move heading toward the half-mile. That'll flush out Windermere Best Man, but Sealard, he is up front. Windermere Best Man second on the outside. What's Up Doc is third. Up here 4 driving the cover. Talk Some Smack, he's grabbing on there. For 5, Jim's Big Thrill in the backfield, yet to be heard from. That is Sure Gain, 1:03. Up the backside, Sealard starts to open up on this field. And back a gap of 4. That is What's Up Doc. Third, Windermere Best Man, Jim's Big Thrill, Talk Some Smack, and Sure Gain. They're over towards the 7/8 turn. The Public's Choice at $4 on the board. 129 3/5. That's Sealard bringing them on home. What's Up Doc is second. Driving through the lanes here now, and Sealard is going to go wire to wire for Zach Mullins. What's Up Doc is second. Jim's Big Thrill up here for third. 157 2/5. Sealard here in the seventh. As soon as the entries clear the raceway here in the seventh, showing on the board unofficially 1, 2, 4, and 6. Sealard, the winner, wire to wire. What's Up Doc? He was second. Jim's Big Thrill. And Andrew McLean was third. A Sure Gain, and Rodney Gillis finished up 4. 1, 2, 4, and 6. This afternoon's qualifier has 3 starters: Piava, Damn Lucky, and Old Buck Alan Fraser, a qualifying drive. Looking very sharp. Coming back from the lower turn here is the 10-year-old. Pacing gelding by Custard the Dragon. At the Arts Place mare, Devil Likes It Hot. Sea Spray Stables Limited out of British Columbia did the breeding. He's owned by Douglas Lathers. He shares ownership with the trainer driver, Mr. Zach Mullins. Good race winning trip. 157 2/5. In the winner's enclosure, here is 10-year-old Sealard. Seventh official, Sealard the winner. What's Up Doc second. Windermere Best Man 5. Jim's Big Thrill. Finish 3. Talk Some Smack 6. Sure Gain was 4. 30 and 2, a minute and 3. 129 and 3. Good race winning trip. 157 and 2/5. If you're marking from the top, it should read 125 364 on the bottom. 57 and 2/5. 10-year-old Sealard and Zach Mullen. Refund on all daily doubles. Refund on all daily doubles due to no contest in a race number 6. Our next card of racing here at the Inverness Raceway goes to post next Sunday afternoon of Father's Day here at the Raceway. 1 o'clock is post time. One qualifier on this afternoon's docket. P.A. Ava, Damn Lucky, and Old Bucket Alan Fraser in a qualifying drive. Across the board for the winners, Sealard, $4, $7.40 and $3.40. What's up, Doc? $2.20, $2.10. Jim's Big Thrill, $3.10. 124 try, $87.40. 1-2 exact, $17.80. 17.80. This afternoon's one and only qualifier has Damn Lucky up front on the lead, then a gap of 2 to Old Buck and Alan Fraser in a qualifying drive. PA Ava in the backfield at a Rodney Gillis, 31-4. On past the half mile here in Damn Lucky. In a rain to Ambrose Gillis. Up front on the lead, then gap of 2. To Alan Fraser and Old Buck. PA Ava back 4 more. There to Rodney Gillis, 102-4 up the backside, 3/4. Up and coming here. Damn Lucky continues up front, gaining second. That is Old Buck and Alan Fraser. Third is PA Ava. They're on past that 3/4. And a Damn Lucky still up front. Old Buck is here on the outside, 133 1/5. Then back 5 lengths to PA Ava. Through the lanes now, and Damn Lucky brings them on home, but here's Old Buck on the outside, up to challenge, and Nipmode at the wire. For second, Damn Lucky. In third, that is PA Ava. Race 1 trip, 202 4/5. At the quarter, 31-4, the half, 102 4, 3/4, 133 1, 202 4/5. Old Buck the winner, Damn Lucky second, PA Ava up for third.